Christmas, a time of joy, celebration, and cheer, and caroling, being together with family and friends. When, in spite of all the gifts that you might receive, in spite of all the gifts that you may give out, the biggest gift of them all is togetherness and the bond that you have developed with the people close to you. Something else that has also become a big Christmas tradition, though, the NBA. Welcome back to State of the Association. I'm your host, Nash Roberts, and today we're talking about the beauty of NBA Christmas. It's the winter. It's cold. And for some places, that's really great because you can get a lot of snow and you can go out there and you can play around in the cold. But some places don't have that much snow at all. And then even if you do get snow, there's going to be a limit on how much you can be outside until you want to go back in and just stay warm. And what better thing to turn on when you go back inside than the greatest sport in the world? You could watch a rematch of the Western Conference Finals in the Dallas Mavericks and Minnesota Timberwolves. You could watch LeBron versus Curry in the Warriors versus Lakers. Nikola Jokic continuing to be one of the best players in the world for Denver, the best player in the world for Denver, against the Phoenix Suns team that got off to a really solid start to the year. Watch one of the most high prospects in NBA history, Wemby, with the Spurs, play against the biggest market in the entire United States in the New York Knicks. Or watch your defending NBA champions, Boston Celtics, face off against a team that has dealt with so many injuries this year, but when healthy has the potential to be really, really good in the Philadelphia 76ers. That is this year's slate of Christmas games. And it's stuff like this that has become the reason why basketball, as a holiday that really defines basketball, that has become Christmas. And if you go back to the relationship between holidays and professional sports, perhaps the one that sticks out the most is football and Thanksgiving, with the NFL, of course, as the biggest professional sports league in all of America, really marketing their Christmas Day games and having their traditional teams that play, like the Detroit Lions, like the Dallas Cowboys. But in their own right, NBA Christmas has become quite the celebration in itself, because basketball as a whole is just becoming more popular, especially with the rise of social media. It really has found a place alongside the younger generation. You look at, what they're on, something like Instagram. The NFL has 30 million followers, which is great in itself, but the NBA has 89 million. So there is a young graphic for basketball, and it is only becoming bigger and bigger. And as a result, even more people have become interested in the NBA. And what better way to watch it than when you're together with your family, cheering against a team that you might hate or rooting for one that you love. Because that's the biggest deal of them all when it comes to Christmas, is love. Celebrating the togetherness and bond that is formed by love. Why not add in a team that you've grown up watching and rooted for and grown accustomed to and become a fan of? A deep-rooted belief and deep-rooted desire to see your team win. Can we define that as love as well? And that is the beauty in NBA Christmas, where we can all come together and appreciate a good basketball game. Because so often sports in themselves, when you're watching them on TV, they can kind of fall into a trap of isolation almost. At least if you're watching them by yourself. If you go to a live game and you've got so many fans cheering with you, that is a great example of unity that is bonded through sport. But if you're sitting on the couch watching a sports game by yourself, it can almost feel daunting to see all those fans in the stadium cheering when you couldn't be there, and seeing all the players on the field making generational wealth for themselves and their families. Well, you might just be working a job, working a 9 to 5 in the office, or trying to carve out a path for yourself in maybe a creative field that can be slow to pick up. I know I'm kind of in that situation right now myself. It can be hard to gain traction with something like that, and so seeing the players on the field who are making money for not just themselves but their families, and seeing all the people in the stadium who are not just well enough to go off to that game and have a good time there, but they're all there together under one common cause to go enjoy the sport, while someone at home can be sitting watching the count wishing they were there, trying to break the daily cycle. But come Christmas time, most jobs are off. It's a national holiday, and there's a good chance you've got family and friends over. And in that moment, you don't have to live in isolation anymore. You don't have to cheer by yourself. You have people alongside you whose togetherness you appreciate, who have you developed close bonds with, and you get to experience it with them. You get to experience great moments on perhaps a sport that you have come to love. And you get to do it together, because ultimately, that's what sports are designed to do. They are designed to bring us together, not draw us apart. And so when you get other people alongside you to experience it with and see iconic moments like Tracy McGrady versus a rookie LeBron James, Shaq and Kobe meeting up after Shaq went to Miami, Derrick Rose's go-ahead shot against the Los Angeles Lakers, a rematch between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors, and so many more. There can be so many iconic moments in sports, and if they happen on Christmas Day, you don't get to just experience them by yourself, jumping up from your couch in awe of what you just saw, with no one else around to share your excitement with. But no, now you have people with you to enjoy it with, because sports bring us all together. There is a shared camaraderie there, and that's especially evident on a holiday like Christmas. And it's a great thing that the NBA has become kind of a Christmas tradition for people who enjoy professional sports, because basketball can create just such a show of unity, especially on a holiday that is already all about togetherness. And that is the beauty of NBA Christmas. And that is all for today's episode of State of the Association. I'm your host, Nash Roberts. Thank you for listening. Enjoy your holidays. I'll be back soon. Probably going to be a slight couple-day break, but I will be back for sure. As of now, though, just enjoy your holidays with your family, with your friends, whatever it might be, and maybe tune into some NBA games. Thank you for listening. This has been State of the Association. I'm your host, Nash Roberts.